My name is Jax. My favorite thing is Beyblades,
We were optimistic we were going to bring him home.
sports,
Some doctors sitting over the bassinet who we never met before,
video games.
and they introduced themselves as the liver team.
The day that Jax was diagnosed with biliary atresia, the bottom dropped out. Tough. The bottom dropped out of our world. It was unfathomable that after all he had been through, that the next challenge was a liver transplant.
Biliary atresia is a disease, and kids are born without bile ducts. Those kids usually require some surgery, what we call Kasai procedure. 50% of the Kasai procedures failed.
We started to obviously do as much research as we could, and we found out that people had had liver transplants almost 25 years ago and they were still alive, and we felt optimistic, but it was scary.
With all the doubt and with all the fear that you go through as a parent of a sick child, having someone like Dr. Emre there, he was our ray of light. He was our hope, he was our inspiration, and he was our guy that said, I'm gonna fix this.
If we don't have enough organs, the only thing we do as physicians, taking care of sick, unfortunate individuals waiting for organ transplant. Holding their hands and together with their families and hugging each other and cry or try to comfort them until they die. We cannot do anything else. Recently it's getting worse. I don't pinpoint why, but nationwide we are having major problems in finding organs for our patients.
I was being considered as a living donor for Jax, and I went and had the liver biopsy.
I would like to make this point very clear to everyone. If I were to have enough deceased organs, I will never ever do living donor liver transplantation.
You have now two people, that you have to perform very serious surgery on, and one of them is healthy. So you're taking a completely healthy person and you're putting them at risk in order to save someone that they love or care about, or for those good Samaritan donors out there, just to help save a life. And I think it's very difficult for a doctor to do, because a doctor's job, their testament is to save a life, not put one at risk.
It's a very altruistic act. We consider our donor families, our living donors as well. Those are our heroes.
The night we got the call saying they had a liver that would potentially save our son's life, another set of parents got a very different call. You can't help but feel that it's like a part of us now. I mourn Donald. I mourn Jax's donor.
When we did go through the surgery, the first thing that Heather and I did when we got home after not sleeping for probably 36 hours, we felt compelled to write the family a note and tell them how we felt and how sad we were. And at the same time, we were so happy that our son had this surgery.
It feels good for me to be alive.
As long as they live in your heart, they will always live. And this is more than that. This is a piece of somebody, a piece of a courageous young boy who tragically died. And he is living in our son and sustaining our son's life.
He's a fun boy, I can tell. He's lovely and he's full of life.
I am hope.
I was 16 years old and I had just gotten my driver's license, and on the back where you can sign to become an organ donor. If I'm in an accident, God forbid, and someone else can benefit from my organs that I don't need any longer, absolutely. The biggest fears people have about organ donation is that they have a fear of death. Our organ donor touched 50 lives in his death. The other portion of his liver went to a father of 5. His heart remained in the city he loved, and one lawyer in New York City is practicing law with one great big heart. His tissues saved and touched burn victims. It goes on and on and on what he did in his death. So if you're afraid of death, give life.